Hi everybody, this is Ian from Lean Media. Today I'm going to show you how to use Shopify to add a digital product to your storefront. If this video helps, please take a minute to like it and follow me, and let's get started. So just so you know, you should be doing this on a desktop computer. Do not do this on your phone, and you need to have all of your assets ready before you create the product page. And I'll show you what I'm going to be doing basically. So this is my Shopify website. And let's just hide that. And here are the digital downloads that I have. And Shopify, at least certain Shopify plans, allow you to have digital downloads. And I sell a very special type of stationery and also digital books on various websites. And basically what I want to do is I want to create a page like this one right here, where people can download this PDF. They can add it to their cart. Once they make the purchase on Shopify, they'll be sent a link to download the PDF. And then the people who buy the PDF, they can use it for their genealogy purposes. So what I have done is I'm going to show you. This is Shopify. In your Shopify plan, open it up on your desktop computer. I'm using a Mac. You can use a Windows computer as well. And make sure that you have, first of all, an app called Digital Downloads. This is a requirement for doing this type of product. So you need to go to the Shopify App Store. This particular app is actually a Shopify designed app. It integrates very well with Shopify stores. I've been using it for years. It's a very effective way to add a digital download to your page, to a product, for a new product or even for an existing product. And actually, if you noticed here on the right side of this particular item, like we're selling this archival quality pen and pencil set, if I wanted to, I could add a digital file to this particular physical product. For instance, like an instruction sheet or something like that. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be actually selling a standalone digital PDF. And let me show you what it's going to be. I've just been working on this. It is this particular, it's a special type of stationery. So people can type into it and add a lot of information. It took a long time to create this actually. It's 2 pages, but I've prepared the file. The other thing that you'll need to prepare are images that you can use on your product description. So for instance, I have I have an image like this, and I also have another image like this, which has a little kind of this will be the storefront image for this particular PDF. So when people are browsing the site, as they may be doing on this one, they'll see like a little circle that will give them more information. The other thing you need, of course, is the metadata for that particular item. So here is the metadata. I've already typed it in. It's actually duplicated from another product listing, and I just made some updates as needed. So I have everything I need here to do this listing, so let's get started. So I'm going back to Shopify and go to products and then add product. So this will take a while. Let's not gloss this over. This is going to be at least a 5 or 10 minute process. I may make a couple mistakes. I'll be talking as I do it just so you can understand what's going on. But this is not a quick and easy thing to do. It took a while to prepare all these assets, and then also it's going to take a little bit of time to get this started. And I'll try to explain what's going on. So the first thing, title, add the title. So I already have the title. It's PDF download, family group sheet for up to 17 children. And then what I do is I have all this text, and I just paste that right into this description here. This little auto write thing, it's basically will help you write a description if you're not good at composing that yourself. But I don't have that issue. So let's see how. Okay, and what I did is these are just emojis. This little green check mark. These will appear at the top of the listing. I like to have that there. And then it goes to the descriptive text. What I can do if I want to is I can bold something. So maybe I'll just bold this. The other thing I like to do is I like to have subheadings. So requirements. So I'm going to change that to heading 2. Oops. Working out the way I want. Let me just try that again. I found that sometimes the formatting for these there's all kinds of problems. All right, so I'm going to keep that as H2, heading 2, and then now this was automatically changed. Thank you. So just change that back to paragraph. Okay. Additional notes. I think part of the problem is that I don't have the proper paragraph breaks. Okay, that's better. I'm going to bullet this text, so the way that works is okay, I think we're right here. I basically set these up as separate paragraphs. I'm going to highlight them, and then up here, these 3 dots here, this one means bulleted list, so I'll do that. Okay. There's a link here, so I'm going to have to get that later on. I don't want to do that right now. And let's actually, while we're doing this, let's just save it in draft. Now, for the channels, for digital downloads, I found that if you try to link it to Google or Facebook or eBay, you'll get error messages for that because they basically don't want people to sell these things. So I'm just going to deselect that. I am going to keep it on TikTok because I'm going to be promoting this on TikTok and Shop. That is the Shopify channel. I don't even know how that works, to be honest with you, but I just leave it checked. And then online store, that's the most important one. So this is draft. Let me just move my face out of the way and save that. Okay, so they're going to give me some messages about the SKU can't be blank. So let's keep on going down and finish up the stuff that needs to be finished. Product organization. So I think this is for Shop, and this is kind of like a craft thing. Let's see if I can find it. One thing I've always found, no, that's not correct. I'll have to look at that later on. One thing I found is that these categories, for some types of products, the categories just do not match. I have a pretty unique product. It might be in something like arts and crafts. On Amazon, they actually classify it as like office supplies. It's not my choice, but the reason is because they don't give me the proper categories where I can categorize these things. I'm going to come back to that later on. Tags. So I have a whole bunch of tags already, and I'm going to check off affordable, beginner, PDF, large print, and then hit done. So that's been applied there. So I'm going to say $4.95 for this particular product. Now, the charge tax on this product, this is tricky. It really depends where you live. In my state, there is no tax on digital downloads. I've looked up the law. They do have, for the paper version of this type of chart, and I do sell a physical version, I do have to charge tax for those states where I'm collecting sales tax. And sales tax in each individual state in the US, it's a complicated thing beyond the scope of this particular video. But I do not need to charge tax on this product because it's a digital good, and it's just not collected in the states where I collect taxes and remit it to the state authority. So I'm going to deselect that $4.95. This is something where cost per item, it just doesn't work for digital items. It's a different consideration. There are certainly design costs and time costs, but if I was producing a physical product, I would put in whatever the cost of goods sold. That helps Shopify calculate your profit, and it shows up in different places. So I'm just going to leave that blank for now. I'm not going to track quantity. And here's the error message that I had earlier. SKU can't be left blank. So what I'm going to do here is, because I'm not going to be assigning a UPC to this particular thing, so I'm just going to give it a test SKU, 6 digits, and maybe I'll just call it A. Actually, that's not really a great idea, but all right, I just have to put something there. I'm just going to keep it there. So here's where rubber hits the road. It's not a physical product. It's a digital product or service. Customers won't enter shipping details at checkout. Learn how to set up your store for digital products or services. This gets back to the Shopify digital downloads app that I mentioned earlier. So we're already set for that. Variants, I'm not going to do it right now. I'll deal with that later on. A search engine listing, I do recommend editing this. So you want to, SEO is another huge topic, but basically you want the listing that shows up in Google and Bing to be clear. And then also, I don't want these green check marks showing up. So what I'm going to do is actually copy this from the description. Oops. Delete all of that, and then just paste that in. It shouldn't be too long. 172 of 320 characters. That's actually 320 is actually kind of on the long side. And then the URL handle. So the page title. So actually, what I'm going to do for the SEO, and maybe I should do this for the product name as well, is let's go back up here. I'm going to call it genealogy PDF download. Family group sheet for up to 17 children. I think that will carry over to the SEO bit down here. Yep, it does. I'm just going to, all right, it's there. We're good with that. Okay, I think we're good. And I'm going to click save, see if it lets me do it. Okay, now, the most important thing for your listing actually are the images. Some people will never read the text. They just look at the images, and if they see what they like, they're going to get it. So I've already told you I prepared the images, so I'm going to dump some of them over here. So I think what I'm doing is I'm going to start with the 10-point Helvetica. So that's going to be the main image. Okay. And then I'm going to drag some more over. And the way that I did it, actually, let me just widen this a bit. So what I did is I have versions of this with the sample data in there. So I'm just going to dump that in. I'm going to use the PNG versions because they just look better. So I'm just going to drag that right in. And then I can see that these are not rearranged correctly, so I'm just going to move that there. Okay. And more actions. All right, this is also a really important step. I'm going to add a digital file. Okay, to create a digital download, add a digital file to any product variant. So here is the product we're doing. Okay, I'm going to just drag a file over here, and it's this one right here. Oh no, that's not it actually. I have to go back here. Close that. It's this one right here. Actually, always check just to make sure you have the right file. So I'm just going to open it up. Yep, that's it. Let's close that and drag it over. Okay, 550 kilobytes. So one other thing about digital files, selling them on Shopify. Shopify has a maximum size for the digital file of 5 gigabytes. Which is enormous. That's a huge file. Like a typical digital photograph, like if you, let's say you were selling digital photographs, I don't think it's likely, but let's say you were, that might be 3 megabytes, 4 megabytes, 5 megabytes, the type that you take with your iPhone or your Android phone. 5 gigabytes would be like 1,000 times the size. It's just a huge number of images or PDF files or whatever. One reason I don't recommend doing gigantic digital file sales is because it will take a while to download and many of your customers will have problems with it. I always recommend optimizing the size of digital downloads, especially PDFs with images, and you may need to get a professional designer to do that. But I'm very sensitive to downloading very large files. And in the past, for instance, I'm a publisher as well. We publish books. When I sell the PDF or the EPUB version of those books, I have my designer downscale the images a little bit, just because anything over 10 megabytes really is just too big for most people, and it may cause problems for your customers. It may cause problems for whatever device they're reading it on, and it usually takes a long time to download as well. So just keep that in mind. So I've already added my PDF here. One other thing to understand: if you are doing multiple PDFs at once, what will happen with the file is Shopify will convert it to a zip file. The zip file, it can be relatively easily opened up on a computer if you know how to do it. I found, however, that a lot of users have no idea how to use a zip file. how to extract the files, especially in Windows, because a lot of Windows machines are set up to kind of trick people into purchasing some software they do not need to open up the zip file. So I do recommend using a standard, just a single file at a time, not multiple PDFs in a zip file, but one PDF at a time. This is problematic, I know, because some people, for instance, when they sell a digital download, they like to include instructions. I used to like to do that. I don't do it anymore because of the zip issue. So I'm just having one PDF here. So I'm going to save that. Okay. So let me just see what the more actions is. I'm not going to do that. View and admin, I don't think I want to do that either. So I think we're looking pretty good here. Okay, it's taking me back to the main digital downloads. Let's see if I can find it. Genealogy, PDF download, family group sheet for up to 17 children. So here it is. Okay, here we're back again. All right, it's draft. Let's preview it. Let's see what it looks like. Hey, it's looking pretty good. It's ready. This is basically what I want. There's some sample images here. Everything is formatted. It looks pretty nice. It's a little long, so maybe I actually want to delete some of those. This text, it seems to be a bit long to me. But this is basically what I want for a digital download. It's in draft right now. If I wanted to make it active, I would change this drop down from draft to active. I'm not ready to do that. I need to do a little bit more tweaking here and there with the description, but this is basically ready to go, and I'm ready to start selling my digital download. I hope that this video helped you out. It was a little bit long, sorry about that, but I think I showed all the steps that are important. And if this video helped, please take a minute to like it and follow me. Also, you go to leanmedia.org. This is my official website. Click on blog or video. I have tons more free tips on how to get the most out of online selling programs like Shopify or Amazon or whatever. Thank you so much for watching.